Hello, I've tried to make this video so many times. Sorry if the lighting is not very good, but I just wanted to make a really quick video about my thoughts on being a psychiatrist. And I feel like I was just going on a bunch of tangents on all my other videos, but I'm trying to make this really quick. So it's been 2 years since I graduated residency, and I have been working, and I just wanted to give some insight onto what it's like being a psychiatrist and just my thoughts on it. This is just my individual thoughts. Other people may feel completely differently, but this is just my thoughts. So, um, it's work. It's work, and in my opinion, it feels a little bit harder even than residency. I thought residency was going to be the hardest part of this journey. The first couple years of residency were hard for me because that's when I had a lot of call. But once the call went down, it actually wasn't that bad because they give you time. They understand that you're learning, and so they give you extra time to see patients, and then you also go over all of your patients with an experienced attending. So I really liked that. I liked having that feedback immediately. Like I could go and talk to somebody immediately and get their opinion on it. And I really like that, and I kind of miss it. And so now I'm working just by myself mostly. And there are people that I can ask questions to if I have questions, but then I don't want to burden somebody else because I know that they're working a lot of hours. They have their own obligations, and I don't want to bother people, so I try not to do that as much as possible. So mainly I'm by myself. I do need to get a mentor, but I kind of miss that. I miss having somebody to run the cases by, make sure I'm not missing anything, make sure I'm hitting everything. And so you don't have that anymore. And you're expected to see more patients. You're expected to work harder because now you're on your own. Versus when in residency, you were given more time to see patients. You were given more leeway, basically. They weren't making money off of you as a resident, so there wasn't this pressure to like see patients, see patients. And so when you get into the real world and you work for certain hospitals or clinics, you realize it's a business at the end of the day. And the more people you see, the more money they're going to make. And I wish it wasn't like that. I really, really do. That's one thing that I really wish could change. I wish healthcare could be free so that there wasn't this business mind being inserted into healthcare, because I don't know. I mean, I feel like I have a decent amount of time to see patients, but sometimes if you're having a particularly complex case, you need extra time. But if you only have a certain amount of time and you have another patient right after, you have to make a decision in your head, like quickly, like, do I just keep seeing this patient? Do I wrap it up? And so I just wish there was more time. That's just me personally. Other people are really quick. Maybe I'm just a little bit slower in terms of like seeing people, and maybe because I'm still new and I'm still learning, but I really wish the pace would slow down. I don't even work full time. I don't know how people do that. Maybe people work up to that, but I couldn't imagine seeing 8 hours of patients a day back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Like that just is just tough for me. Like seeing patient after patient and it being like a revolving door. Like I need breaks, just to like gather myself and make sure that I'm not just frazzled from talking to this person, and now you got to switch up and talk to this person and then another person. And that's just the way all these clinics are set up. Like I interviewed for a job a while ago, and it was crazy what they wanted the doctor to do. And me and the person, we just were not seeing eye to eye. And I think I was talking to the some business person, and so this person was not a doctor, and so it's somebody probably that got like an MBA, and they were over hiring the doctors for the hospital. And I was just telling the person, like, basically what I just said. Like, I don't want to work full time. I can't see 8 hours of patients a day, and I just want to work this amount of hours. Is there any administrative time or anything like that? And they were like, no, you got to work 8 hours a day. We want full time. You know, that's not going to work for this hospital. We need the doctor to be doing this, and we need you to be seeing this many patients a day. And it was just, you could tell in the person's head, they were just thinking, we need you to produce. We need a doctor that's going to bring in revenue to this hospital. That's what we need. And I just couldn't do it. They wanted you to work 8 hours a day, and then like every week, every 4 weeks, or every 2 weeks, you would have 1 day or 1 week where you would be on call while you're working the 8 hours a day. You would have a beeper, and people from the ER would call you, and they would go over a case with you and go over their plan, and then you would have to okay it, and you would be the one to prescribe the medications or just kind of sign off on it. And so while you have 8 hours of patients back to back to back, somehow you have to find time during that to also respond to pages throughout the day. How is that possible? And then that's not it on the call. And then every 6 weeks, you have to work an entire weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, the entire day, 8 to 10 hours of call, of going and seeing patients in the ER, on the inpatient unit, and then go back to work on Monday. So basically you have to work 2 weeks straight with no days off. What? I'm like, I thought residency was over. Apparently, in some jobs, it's not. And that's how a lot of these jobs are. And so it's making me think, like, maybe I'll have to work for myself. I don't know, but I don't know. The situation that I'm in right now is good, but some of the jobs that I've heard of are just really, really rough, and they expect a lot from you. And so you're being compensated well, but you're working a lot. Okay, you are going to have to be working. You might have to miss things. You might have to, and that's just not the type of lifestyle that I personally want. Like, I want to have free time for myself. Just right now, at this point in my life, I'm just not at a point right now where I want to be a workaholic. Like, I just kind of want to have a little bit more time to myself. I've given a lot of hours in residency and whatnot, and I don't know, just at this point, I just kind of want a little bit of a break, I guess. So it's a lot of work. When you finish out of residency, it's a lot of work. And yeah, I feel like I want to talk to somebody about it and just kind of get some insight and some mentorship on that, because maybe my expectations were just way off. But I do like that I get to work with a lot of diverse populations, and a lot of my patients are Black or Hispanic, and I like that, because I like that I'm giving people the chance to be seen by a doctor that looks like them, and it helps them to feel more comfortable to even come in and get help. And so I like that I can provide that for people. And I treat all my patients the same. I appreciate all my patients, but it does warm my heart to know that I am helping people that look like me, who may not feel comfortable coming in to see a doctor otherwise, are able to feel comfortable coming in and seeing me. But also with that, I'm trying to work on building my rapport with patients, because yes, I might be Black, but not all Black people get along, and not all Black people see eye to eye. Not all people see eye to eye, you know. So I'm trying to build my, like, personable skills, you know, because all throughout residency, I was just trying to learn how to conduct an interview. And I feel like I'm okay at that. I know like the questions to ask, and I've practiced that. And so in my mind, I still am trying to make sure that I'm asking all the questions that I need. And I feel like sometimes I can get a little caught on that and forget to make like a human interaction with the person that I'm talking to. And so being a personable, charming person is really, really important in life. And I'm just realizing that no matter what you do, if people like you, it's just a huge plus to have in anything that you do. And I did kind of think like in medical, being a doctor, like, oh, you just got to know the information and you'll be fine. But no, it is really important to have people skills and to be warm and comforting. And I'm trying to work on that a little bit more. I haven't gotten any like bad reports, but I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not pushing people away because I'm not being warm enough. Because sometimes in my head, I'm just so focused on, okay, I gotta ask this, I gotta ask that, I gotta ask about their sleep, are they eating, are they this, did I ask about, you know, did I ask about their anxiety? Oh, especially if people are a little bit more complicated. Sometimes in my head, I'm just like thinking about everything that I have to ask, and I may overlook the forest for the trees or whatever. I don't know. In terms of like, the person just may want somebody to listen to them. And if I'm so wrapped up in asking all these particular questions, I may miss that. So I'm just trying to be present and not just in my head so much. Still got a lot of loans, still trying to figure that out. Yep. So the public service loan forgiveness program is looking tempting. And with that, if you work for a non-for-profit organization like the government or your city, you can make payments for 10 years or 120 payments, qualifying payments, and then the rest of your loans will be forgiven. And the payments are lower per month than they are for the other loan repayment programs, which are usually like the income-based. And the other income-based programs are 20 years or 25 years, and you make payments based on your income, so like 10 to 15% of your income. And then after 20 years or 25 years, then the rest is forgiven. So it's half the time, the payments are lower. It just seems really, really enticing. So, because I just don't want to have these loans for the rest of my life, It really is a big burden having all these loans. It is, but it isn't. Like, it is because it's thousands of dollars that you owe, and yeah, and so you feel this pressure to like work a lot and like try to pay it off, and then the interest that's accruing is just ridiculous. It's just a lot. But then it's like you can't be upset about it because it is what it is. So then you just kind of get comfortable with it because it is what it is. But hey, if there's any like billionaires out there, you want to experiment on me and pay it off and see how that affects, how I do in my career, I'm here. My email me, let me know. I am a willing participant. If you want to help out a young doctor and pay off my loans, I'm here. Let me know. That's about it. I don't want to make this video too long. It's just an informal, quick video. It's already 15 minutes, but I think that's pretty much it. After 2 years, those are kind of the big things that I've noticed. And I still am thankful for my job. I know this might seem really negative. I am thankful for my job, and I'm thankful for all the people that I get to meet and that I get to hopefully help. I love hearing people's stories. I love meeting people and helping people, and I'm thankful for my job. I'm thankful for this opportunity to have this career, and I just pray that some of these little things could change. I think it would just make it better. I think anybody who has a career even people that do YouTube, they say they love their job, it's a dream job, but they don't like, oh, the comments and the negativity, the having to put their life out there, you know, and all those. So with any job, there's going to be things about it that aren't the best, but you just got to pick something that you really, really like and that fits well with your personality. And yeah. So those are my thoughts. I tried to be as real as I possibly could, and pray for me. But I thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.